Hey everybody, it's LTM here. I'm at the Cinemark right now. I'm about to go and watch Clown in a Cornfield. I remember seeing the trailer for this movie. I thought to myself, are they seriously going to make another clown movie? Because I'm getting kind of sick of those. When I was young, I will say, I had this enormous hatred for clowns. I had a hard time, whenever I saw one, I would either run away or just pee my pants scared shitless. I don't know. That's probably the best word to put it, but I didn't like clowns. There are plenty of good clown movies out there, especially in horror films like It and Terrifier and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But honestly, to tell you the truth, the only time where I wasn't afraid of clowns was normally when it was on a movie or a cartoon, because clowns never really scared me on that. But then again, I guess the clowns on TV are really different than the ones in clowns in real life. But anyways, I'm gonna have some high hopes for this movie because of the people that are involved in it. You got the producers of the Smile movies and the director of Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which the guy says he hasn't directed anything in a while besides that film. So hopefully this will be a good return. I'll give you all my thoughts when I come back, and I'll see you guys later. Be right back. All right, I'm back in I just got back from watching Clown in a Cornfield. So as I stated in the beginning of this review, I know a lot of good clown movies, but I'm not really afraid of clowns. However, after watching this movie, excuse me. After watching this movie, I could safely say it kind of brought me back to a time of why I was afraid of clowns. So the movie's actually pretty good, honestly, and it's got a really good sense of humor. After the film was done, I was looking up some information about the film, and I didn't realize of what it really reminded me of. Like, this movie reminded me a lot of it's like a weird mix of Children of the Corn, Friday the 13th, Thanksgiving, and judging by the director, this reminded me a lot of Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If you've never seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I highly recommend you go check that out. It's a very funny cult classic, really funny dark comedy too. This movie had that vibe going for it. There's times where it tries to be dark, but other times it tries to be funny, kind of like a Scream sort of way. But this movie adds unique sparks of brilliance to it. There's a lot of good things in this film. It does have its problems. I don't think the movie's great, but I legit had a good time watching this film. Okay, so you got a mother and her daughter. They're moving from a different neighborhood, and then there's these kids. They're making videos about clowns, or making clown videos about killing each other. And then one night they find this one clown that's stalking them, and it turns out there's this clown that's killing all these teenagers. And now it's up to the daughter to figure out what's going on. And I'm not going to say any more there because it gets really, really creepy and twisted. I can tell you that. I love the acting in the film. Everyone does a real good job. I didn't know Will Sasso was in this film. He's the actor from The Three Stooges and that TV show, Young Sheldon and George and Mandy's First Marriage. He's that guy. Will Sasso, I think is his name. I can't remember. He's the big guy from Young Sheldon, one of the characters from that show. So he does a really good job in this, and on top of the other cast members. The movie has great effects. The gore effects look fantastic, honestly. Solid scares. Like, there are a few jump scares here and there. Some really good dark comedy. A good sense of like I said, I have a dark sense of humor, so any dark joke that hits, as long as it's told well, it works. And most of them do. There were a couple ones where I was like, okay, you're maybe trying a little too hard. But for the most part, there are some really funny jokes in this. Some good dark humor. The story is probably going to be the biggest problem because it's anything that new. Like I said, it's like a hybrid of so many different other horror movies that you've seen before, and that's really distracting. And the side characters, they're not bad. They're just very typical cookie cutter teenagers that we've seen in other movies. Like, they're the stereotypical teenagers who think they're cool, but they're really not. And you have the other side characters where you don't believe what the teenagers are saying, and they think they're crazy. And you get what I'm talking about. If you know horror movies like me, you probably know what I'm talking about. But with that being said, the movie does have an identity, and it feels like its own thing, and it's really a fun watch. So while it's not something I would go out and desperately see, it is, and it's not, I'm not gonna recommend this film for everyone, especially for those who are afraid of clowns. But if you love horror films, if you love movies like Tucker and Dale, or movies like, say, Thanksgiving, I think you'll like this movie. It's out in theaters right now. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to get a limited release or if this is released everywhere, but I do know it's playing in theaters near me right now. So if it's playing near you, I highly recommend you go check it out. The only people I just can't recommend it for is for people who are afraid of clowns, and I understand too, because like I said, I was a kid and I was afraid of clowns. Maybe not on TV, but just when they were around, yeah. So I give Clownin' at Cornfield a 8 out of 10. It's not a great movie. It has its flaws, but at least there is some ideas, and it has its own charm, bloody charm to it. I really liked it. All right, guys, that's Clownin' at Cornfield. What's your favorite clown movie? Comment below, let me know. Please subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time.